There is a truth that you are running from. You run from it every time you pick up your phone to scroll. You run from it when you binge watch a series until 3 a.m. You run from it when you say, "I'll start that project next year." We all do it. We build walls of noise and distraction to hide from the one thing that is absolutely guaranteed to happen to us. You are going to die. It sounds harsh, doesn't it? It sounds morbid, but it is the only reality that matters. Most men live their lives as if they have an infinite contract with time. They treat their hours like cheap currency, throwing them away on things that do not matter, with people they do not like, doing jobs they do not respect. They live under the illusion of someday. Someday I will get fit. Someday I will write that book. Someday I will become the man I want to be. But the calendar does not have a day named someday. The samurai knew something that we have forgotten. They knew that the only way to truly live is to keep death sitting on your shoulder, right next to you, every single second of the day. Today, we are going to explore the darkest, yet most liberating teaching of Miyamoto Musashi. We are going to look at why accepting your end is the only way to begin. Before we walk into the cave of truth, I need you to make a choice. If you are tired of living in the fog of distraction, hit that like button. It helps us wake up more men who are sleeping through their lives. And if you are new here, subscribe to Mind of the Master. We do not deal in comforting lies here. We deal in the hard truths that build strong minds. Join the brotherhood. Now, let's talk about the end. In the year 1645, Miyamoto Musashi climbed Mount Iwato to enter the Reigando cave. He was 61 years old. His body was failing. He was in pain. He knew, with absolute certainty, that he would never walk down that mountain again. Most men, when faced with the end, panic. They bargain. They cry out for a little more time. They look back at their lives with regret, wishing they had done more, wishing they had loved more, wishing they hadn't been so afraid. But Musashi did not panic. He sat down in the dark, lit a candle, and picked up his brush. He didn't write a will asking for pity. He wrote the Dokodo, the path of walking alone. And the 19th precept he wrote was simple and terrifying. Generally speaking, the way of the warrior is the resolute acceptance of death. Resolute acceptance. Not fear. Not avoidance. Acceptance. Musashi understood that fear of death is actually fear of life. When you are afraid of the end, you become overly cautious. You stay in the safe job because you are afraid of the risk. You don't approach the woman because you are afraid of rejection. You don't speak your truth because you are afraid of judgment. You tiptoe through life, trying to make it to death safely. But a samurai does not tiptoe. A samurai walks with purpose because he knows the destination is already set. Think about how you spent your last 24 hours. Be honest with yourself. How much of that time was spent on something that truly builds your legacy? How much of it was spent numb, staring at a screen, waiting for something to happen? We waste time because we think it is abundant. If you have $1 million, you don't mind losing $1. But if you have $10, you watch every penny. The problem is, you don't know how much time you have in the bank. You could have 50 years, or you could have 50 minutes. Living without this awareness is like walking blindfolded on the edge of a cliff. There is a concept in military strategy, echoed by Sun Tzu and practiced by Musashi, called death ground. When soldiers are surrounded, with their backs to a river or a mountain, and there is no escape, they fight like demons. They fight with a ferocity that cannot be matched. Why? Because the option of running away has been removed. They must win, or they die. In your modern life, you are weak because you have too many escape routes. You have a safety net. If you don't work hard today, it's okay, there is always tomorrow. If you don't fix your health, it's okay, modern medicine will save you. You are not on death ground. You are in the comfort zone. And the comfort zone is where dreams go to suffocate. Musashi lived his entire life on death ground. Every duel could be his last. Every sunrise could be the final one he saw. This didn't make him depressed, it made him electric. It gave him a hyper-focus that we can barely comprehend. When he swung his sword, he wasn't thinking about dinner. He wasn't thinking about what people would say. He was entirely in the moment, because that moment might be the only one he had left. Imagine if you lived with just 10% of that intensity. Imagine if you walked into your office tomorrow, or into the gym, with the mindset that this could be your final act. Do you think you would waste time on office gossip? Do you think you would skip the last rep? No. You would operate at a level of excellence that would scare people. There is a story of a young samurai who asked his master how to overcome anxiety. The master said, "Imagine that you are already dead." This is the ultimate psychological hack. If you are already dead, you have nothing to lose. The embarrassing thing you said, it doesn't matter, you're dead. The failure you are afraid of, it doesn't matter. When you accept that the worst case scenario is inevitable, you become free. You stop trying to protect your ego, because corpses don't have egos. You start doing what you were actually put on this earth to do. In the modern world, we have sanitized death. We hide it in hospitals. We don't talk about it at dinner tables. We pretend it doesn't exist. And because we hide it, we have lost our urgency. We have become a generation of overgrown children, playing games while the sun goes down. We chase dopamine hits, likes, comments, high scores, sugar, porn, because they distract us from the ticking clock. But the clock does not care if you hear it or not. It keeps ticking. Musashi's resolute acceptance isn't about seeking death, it's about not letting the fear of it dictate your actions. It is about looking at the limited time you have and saying, "I will not waste a single drop of this." Let me ask you a hard question. If you knew, with 100% certainty, that you would die in exactly 1 year from today, what would you stop doing immediately? Would you keep that job you hate? Would you keep arguing with your partner about dirty dishes? Would you keep caring about the opinions of strangers on the internet? Of course not. You would strip away the nonsense. You would focus only on what is essential. You would love harder, work deeper, and speak truer. So, here is the harsh truth: you might not have a year. You might not have a week. Waiting for a diagnosis or a tragedy to wake you up is a fool's gamble. The master wakes himself up. This mindset is the cure for laziness. Laziness is just the arrogance of believing you have time. When you say, "I'll do it later," you are claiming you own the future. You don't. The future is promised to no one. All you have is this breath, and this one, and this one. Musashi didn't leave the Book of 5 Rings behind because he wanted to be famous. He left it behind because he knew his physical body would rot, but his spirit could live on in his teachings. He was obsessed with legacy. What are you leaving behind? If your story ended today, what would the closing chapter say? He scrolled Instagram for 3 hours and then went to sleep. Or would it say, he fought for what he believed in until the very end? I want you to try an exercise this week. It is uncomfortable, but it is necessary. I want you to go to a cemetery. Just walk through it. Look at the dates on the stones. Some lived to be 90, some lived to be 20. All of them had plans. All of them had things they wanted to do someday. They are all silent now. Stand there and feel the weight of your own heartbeat. Feel how fragile it is. That heartbeat is a gift. It is a drum beating out a rhythm that says, live, live, live. Do not insult that gift by being mediocre. Do not insult the fragility of life by being a coward. When you go back to your daily life after watching this, things will try to pull you back into the sleep. The notifications will ding. The TV will offer you a comforting escape. The world will try to sedate you. When that happens, I want you to remember Musashi in the cave. Alone, dying, but writing. Working until the very last glimmer of light faded from his eyes. He squeezed every ounce of potential out of his soul before he left this world. That is the standard. That is the mind of the master. You are not here to exist. You are here to attack life. You are here to build, to create, to conquer, and to leave a mark that says, I was here, and I did not flinch. Stop fearing the end. Use it. Let the shadow of death be the fire that lights your way. If this video struck a nerve, if it woke something up inside you, I want you to leave a comment below. I want you to write 3 words, I accept IT. Let that be your acknowledgement of reality. Let the universe know that you are done hiding. And share this video with a friend who is sleepwalking through life. Sometimes, the best way to love someone is to shake them awake. We are building an army of men who are awake. Men who are disciplined. Men who are dangerous because they are not afraid. Stay with us. The path is long, but we walk it together. I will see you in the next video. Now, go live before it's too late.